Big topics, big stories, and big news. The Big Rich Show. It happens here.
Hey Ron, hey Jimmy. I'm saying hello to you from my favorite place, my bed, with the dogs. They love me. And I love you guys so much. I truly do. Gonna see you soon. Bye-bye.
Rumor has it there's a couple of amigos floating around the interwebs that have a few million people tuning into them every week. But Big Rich, he just had to find out what all the hubbub was about. Let's saddle up. And welcome to the Big Rich Show. As you see, we got Jimmy Starr and Ron Russell riding shotgun with them, sitting next to them. And tonight is going to be a blast. What's going on, guys?
That was such a cute intro. I loved it.
I love the fact that we're both wanted. You know, that's cute. I've never had that I've never had that on a bill of fare. So that's new.
And we're happy to be here. What's up, Big Rich?
What's going on, man? I'm glad to finally get you guys. Season finale is season 2, and we are going to have a good time. I reached out to some people that will say some are friends and some just know you, but all of them had something to say about you. And with that said,
that should be fun.
Could be scary.
That should be a lot of fun.
My favorite of all of them, I'm going to kick off with this. And I usually use, when I do my show, I usually use Zoom. I had to go to StreamYard tonight. So some of the stuff they have is smaller. So I'm going to share my screen for just a moment with you guys while we do this. And it'll make the screen smaller, but we'll all be able to see everything. You see, it's right here. And we're going to start off with this. You guys know her. Everyone loves her. This is Wendy Stuart, and something that she had to say about you, too.
Oh, my God, that crazy broad.
I wrote this parody for you. Here's Jimmy, so cool, he's in the know. Celebrity gossip on the Jimmy Star Show. But by his side is Ron on call. Outrageous, yes, he's off the wall. One crazy pair, yes, they're co-hosts. The fabulous co-hosts. And you'll find one is so smart and sensible, the other one's out of his mind. How big they are, I bet he cat calls from a car. But Jimmy's name is Dr. Cool, pop culture king. He ain't no fool. What a crazy pair. Still they're co-hosts. Such fabulous co-hosts. And you'll find one is so smart and sensible. The other one's out of his mind. Guys, and Jimmy's so calm. The word on the street is that Ron is embalmed. They love like they kid like they even live a life. They love to talk and they love to wish. They don't shut up, oh don't you wish? Cause they've lost their minds when co-hosts are two of a kind.
Yeah. Love you too, Wendy. That was so cute.
Wendy, you are sensational. I think that's the funniest thing I've ever heard about us. It really is hysterical, but so true.
That was by far probably my favorite submission.
Yeah, well, Wendy also is out of her mind, and she's wonderful. That's why we love her, because we're the same. She's a fun gal.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I've interviewed her, and I like watching her shows sometimes. Not that I learned how to cook from her, because I'm already
right.
It's just I like to see what she's going to say next.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, kind of like Ron. When I listen to him, you never know what boob he's going to talk about this week. So.
That's right. What boob? It's always Eileen's boobs.
It's always Eileen's because she has the biggest knockers in the world.
Well, I don't know, because I'm going to have to say that there's a close second. And I'm glad you said that, because I'm going to lead in with someone who I don't want to get in trouble, but I think has a nice rack. And I think you'll think that as well. And this is what she had for you guys.
Let's see what this is.
Jimmy Starr and Ron Russell. The song. Jimmy and Ron make our lives so much better. They'll shoot your dreams right up to the stars. They give and they give and they give and they give and they give. With hearts big as a flying saucer.
You like that flying saucer?
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Jimmy Starr and Ron Russell.
Yay! That's Kim
that is
Aston.
so sweet.
She's fabulous.
That's so sweet.
Oh my God!
Oh, here he comes, Twizm Big Piece.
We already did that. Man, I think if there's any one person that's been the most blessed by having Jimmy and Ron in their lives, man, it's been me. From the moment that Jimmy allowed me into his circle and allowed me the opportunity to show him that I'm a friend, I think that became a whole new journey in my life. And Ron, with his incredibleness and being able to share his 80th birthday, was absolutely insane. I don't think I ever thought I would do something like that, especially with the King of Hollywood, right? Big shouts out to you, Jimmy. Big shouts out to you, Ron, man. I absolutely love you both, man. My family loves you both, man.
Back to you, Twizm Big Meat.
Life,
I call him Big Meat. Twizm Big Meat.
Twizm Big Meat.
Enjoy it all. You guys deserve it.
Sweet.
We love Twizm, and he wrote our outro song. Oh yay, Sherry!
Oh, the beauty of beauty.
Season 2. You had some very amazing people on your show, and I'm happy and thankful that you included me in that. Dr. Jimmy Starr, Ron Russell, I love you both. I miss you. Rich, I cannot wait to see all three of you soon, hopefully in the next few months. Congratulations on everything that you've all accomplished, and I look forward to seeing more of what you have to come. I love you all.
And we do also, my beautiful woman.
Isn't she fabulous?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
she's a sweetie pie. I love her.
Heart of gold, man. Sometimes I think too innocent.
Yes,
So
I've said that too, but she's fabulous. We love her.
Oh, she's not. She's not so. She's sharp as a tack. Trust me.
oh, believe me, yeah.
She's no one's fool.
He's got a business mind. Very good. Yeah, Twizm. I love Twizm as well. He's a funny guy. I love some of his music. And then we had Kim Aston on there from
Revolution.
Revolution, Nose Mansfield's band. So yeah, those were all great ones that I weeded out and picked out. The next one, this was the first interview that I did in season 2. So I thought that it was only proper to put it in with the season finale tonight. So it starts off with this young gentleman and 2 more people right after him. So here we go.
All right.
Jimmy and Ron, I want to thank you and thank you for your major contributions to this industry over the years. It's been thanks to you that I've had some of the most amazing professional and personal experiences of my life. And it's been throughout those experiences that I've met some of the most incredible people that I've ever come across. Thanks to you, I've also learned that there are people in this industry willing to work from the heart and diligently to make artists and personalities of all walks achieve their dreams and their goals. I look forward to continue working hand in hand with you in this journey called life.
What's
I
up?
love
That's so
Ian.
sweet.
Markivus
Hey, look at you.
Markivus.
Media. I like to say what's up to Ron Russell and Jimmy Starr. And also like to thank you for everything that you've done. I mean, it hasn't even been a year, and just knowing you guys is a blessing. Jimmy Starr, very genuine, funny. He looks out for you. I mean, inviting us to Sue Wong's Oscar Gala and just taking care of us. Ron Russell, funny as hell, very direct. What he says is what he means. Phenomenal guys, man. Thank you again. I can't say enough. Meeting you guys was a blessing, a game changer. Jimmy, every time I talk to you, give me nuggets of advice, wisdom, and just giving people, very giving and caring. And I like to say thank you again. And hey, here's to another, after all of this craziness, another year of success. And man, nothing less than phenomenal. Thank you.
Back
I
to
love
you,
Markivus.
Marcus.
Yay!
Back to you.
Give you guys a great, big, huge thank you for everything that you've done for BRS Media,
That's
Big
Lil
Rich,
Lisa.
myself, Wayne Larson, and everybody else associated with BRS Media and the Fat Cat Radio. You guys are truly amazing. I love your show. Ron Russell, you keep me laughing every day. You guys keep being awesome, and I hope to meet you guys soon.
Absolutely. I love Lil Lisa.
Us too.
I love Lisa. She's so fab.
She
That is
is.
so cool.
She's like Ron. You get what you get. That's what she said. He speaks his
Well,
mind.
you know, truth will always will out, and truth is the way to go. If you lie to yourself. If you lie to others, you must tell the truth all the time. I believe in that wholeheartedly, completely. That's why I'm honest about the things that I say and discuss. Personal things, private things, people I've known. All my stories are true. Somebody once said, "Oh boy, you can write well." I said, "No." Can we curse on the show?
Well, shit, I don't know.
Okay. No. All right. So I would say the F word, and you know, this nonsense. Why would I make up stories about celebrities? I know it would be insane because you get found out.
Right.
So it's all true stuff, baby.
That was very nice stuff to put together, though.
Yeah, I loved it. It was really funny.
Yeah,
And-
there's only one more, and then we're done. And I know, like, oh my gosh, but like I said, I wanted tonight to be about you guys, and then us to have fun because everything that everyone said here was genuine, and it's how I feel as well. And I just thought, sometimes you don't get to hear it enough. And I know you work your ass off, Jimmy, and Ron, I enjoy you, and everyone else does. And I don't think sometimes we as people hear it enough from the ones you would less, expect to say these things, So.
Well, the thank yous are very limited. We don't have many thank yous, but I attribute that to the fact that no one has social etiquette anymore in the world. In my day, back 50, 60 years ago, if someone interviewed you, so polite, and you always thanked them, and you sent them a note, a letter, because we didn't have computers, but you sent them a handwritten letter or a note thanking them very much for having the interview, and it was a polite time. Today, they kind of take it for granted. Okay, so you guys have a show, and without us, you don't have a show, so now I don't have to thank you, Well, that's baloney.
No, it's bullshit. I agree 100% with
I
that.
said baloney, you cursed. Now, that's not nice. You said I couldn't curse.
No, I think you could.
You're a cheater. You're a cheater.
No, I said, shit, I don't know. And then he's like, no, don't curse. No, I don't. We got to be ourselves. And if you drop F-bombs, Lil Lisa's the F-bomb queen. So, yeah.
Lil Lisa.
I only drop the F-bomb when necessary. I don't use it. Jimmy uses
So wait,
it.
so is the last one a guy? Is the last one a guy or a girl?
We did do that.
No, he's got one more.
I got one more. I think it's don't give me 2 guys and a girl or 2 girls and 1 guy.
Oh, okay. He's got that coming in with this week. Okay.
They're short ones, little 30-second clips. Or could it be 2 girls, 1 cup? We don't know.
Again, Jimmy Starr and Ron Russell. This is Bruce Blasco here, and I just wanted to wish you much love and continue. Thank you for all the years of entertaining us. Peace.
Hey, Bruce.
Peace to
Yay.
you, Bruce.
From the band Novarex, and I was asked to give a shout out to Jimmy Starr and Ron Russell, and I was like, of course, those are 2 of the coolest guys on the scene, and I want to say I really appreciate what you guys do, so keep on rocking the free world.
Thank you so much. That's so
Hey,
sweet.
Jimmy and Ron. Favorite person on the planet. Hey, I just want to congratulate you. I just heard that you guys finally made it to the big time. I couldn't believe it. After all those shows, all those television, movie, radio, interviews, everything you've done, finally made it to the big time. I can't believe it. Congratulations. I read here and it says, Jimmy and Ron, to be on the Big Rich show. Well, that's a pretty big deal for yourself. Congratulations.
Now, Scott is one of my... Tits is on. I'm sorry. I should have said, hi, honey.
My vanilla bunny Ron, who really isn't all that vanilla.
No.
And my partner in crime, Jimmy Starr. I'm glad you finally made it to the Big Rich show, and I hope you have a blast.
Yay.
Thank you, sweetie. I love I mean, Scott Page is one of our dearest, closest friends. And of course, Eileen Shapiro is my sister. She's my blood. She's me. I love Eileen Shapiro beyond belief.
Wait, but so Rich, who was the rocker guy?
That was Kenny Wilkerson.
Wilkerson. That's what I thought. Okay, I just wasn't sure because we had him on our show once, and he had a hat on, so I didn't recognize him without the hat on.
That was very sweet of you, Rich, to do that. That was very kind. I so appreciate it. I enjoyed it a lot.
Thank you.
It was fun. Good
now
fun.
Now we can get down to the good stuff.
Okay.
No, that was the good stuff. Now
I loved it, and I'm glad that you guys enjoyed that.
Absolutely. It's ego filling. And it's ego filling because we never have praise like that. Although people, when they're on our show, as they leave, they say things, but not out of context like this. This is wonderful.
Right.
It's like people at the Academy Award talking good about you when you're nominated.
Yeah. I reached out to Eileen. I gave her the idea. I said, what do you think? I want them, instead of interviewing them separate, let's do them together. And I want to call around to different people and get all these messages and videos, and then I'll pick. Of course, I'll add more to the video afterwards. At the end for like if people wanted to see them, because there's a few more, and there's some ones that were just audio only from people. So, but
just run the names by. Run some of the names by.
Oh
if you remember,
Wicked Witch, Michelle Ortiz.
Oh yes, Michelle.
Yeah.
There's a few more. I'm bad with names, so you're
me too. I'm
right.
terrible with names.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did that, and it was good. It was fun. I really loved it. Thank you so much again, Rich.
Absolutely. Jimmy, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Because I loved it. I stumbled upon it last night, honestly, for the first time ever, and I couldn't stop watching it. I even searched the internet for more of it. Jimmy Star is the shit.
Ron hates that.
Oh,
okay, I'll tell you what happened with that though, because it's a lot of fun. And because it's like part of my marketing genius. Before I did all of the things that I do now, I used to be a celebrity clothing designer. I dressed like Elton John and Madonna and all kinds of people, and I love horror movies. And so I created these bracelets that said Jimmy Star's the shit on them. I still have some of them.
I'm burning them.
And I created this video series, and I would go and meet the celebrities. A lot of times I would get them wearing, there's 5 versions of it. I would get them wearing my clothes, and I would just ask them to shoot the video, for me to put it together. And that was like way before social media was really big and stuff. And so I created it as a way to promote myself as a clothing designer. And it kind of just like wore over because like everybody like loved it, and there's some really big people on there.
I think you're all out of your mind. If anybody ever put the word shit with my name,
it's the shit though.
I don't care. It's still it's insinuating that you're shit.
No, it's not.
It is. It's terrible.
I love it too, Rich. Thank you.
I think it's awful. It's so today.
Who is your favorite one?
Oh man, they all had me going. The one is like the one guy. I forget his name. He's the actor. He's like, I would just like to say, Jimmy Star is shit. Oh wait, that says.
Oh yeah, that's Doug Bradley from the Hellraiser movies. He plays Pinhead.
Oh wow, that's funny. No, I get what Ron's saying, but at the same time, in the Urban Dictionary, being the shit means you're it. You are the king. You're the top of your brand.
Yeah.
No, to me, shit goes down.
I agree with you.
To me, shit goes down the toilet bowl, and that's where it belongs. It doesn't belong with a person. I'm sorry. I'd rather be Ron Russell, who is the nice guy. If they wrote that, a bracelet like that, nice Ron. I would like a nice Ron bracelet, but nothing. I would never associate my name.
I love it anyway. I used to have T-shirts and everything.
Jimmy's a little off the wall. You have to remember, Jimmy's a little weird.
I am a little.
I
weird.
straightened him out when we got married. I made him go Ralph Lauren. Before that, he looked like a circus clown. I mean, he wore the most weirdest shit in the world.
I'm Ralph Lauren tonight. That's what my vest and shirt are.
Yes.
Yeah.
You actually look very distinguished.
You look very good. There's nothing wrong. But Jimmy wore, when I met Jimmy for the first time, he had on jeans that had a big rip near the crotch with artificial underwear sewn in, broken shoes, earrings, hair. It looked like a mess. It looked like a.
And my jeans were embroidered. They said "blow me" all over them.
Yeah, blow me. I'm going to go
and
out.
I would wear T-shirts that said "F me, I'm famous." I mean, it was great.
Yeah, and he expected me to go out with him. Me, Ron Russell, actor.
Now, here's the question. Would you wear that right now if Ron allowed you to?
No,
you know what? I've changed because I'm not a clothing designer anymore. I've changed, and now I'm much more. Back then, I was very avant-garde, and now
you weren't avant-garde. You were just terrible.
I was avant-garde,
terrible looking.
and now it's different because now I'm not only the creative one, I'm also the business one. I'm doing both, and so I have to.
No, but
like this is one of my shirts though. It's got Batman all over it, and this is one of the shirts that I made from back in the day.
It's a nice shirt. Nothing wrong with
Yes.
that. But some of his things were offensive. He had things with Jesus Christ, insulting Jesus and things, and Mexican people.
I had a T-shirt, a vintage Whitney Houston T-shirt. And I had crack whore
I mean, what kind of shit is
embroidered on it? And Sony came after me. It was in my window to sue it, and then to sue me, but I sold it. And then I had like a free Winona when Winona Ryder got in trouble for stealing at Saks Fifth Avenue. And then I
love Winona, by the way.
And then she so I did a free Winona T-shirt, and then over it I had embroidered shoplifting bitch. And I used to do some really wild things.
No, it's not wild.
Fun.
It's offensive. You're saying
like when I met Winona Ryder, I took a Saks Fifth Avenue bag for her to autograph. Since she got and stuff like that. So it was just fun.
That.
I did too.
You did not.
I did too.
She wouldn't autograph a.
She didn't sign it, but I took it to her to sign it.
I mean, I know Winona. She wouldn't do anything like that.
But anyway, it's all fun. Like it was all fun. But that was, I was in my 20s then. Now I'm in my 50s.
Right.
Middle. I never do insult humor, and I've been doing humor for 64 years now. I'm in show business, and I did stand up for many years, and I never did insult. I always made fun of myself or situations that we're doing now in the world.
That's our dog Astro, by the way, Rich.
You're very fucking rude. Didn't your mother teach you not to? I said the F word. Didn't your mother teach you not to
I was just
interrupt?
explaining him. I think
to not interrupt someone they're speaking.
You paused.
I mean, his family comes from Georgia.
Astro's family?
Jimmy's family comes from Georgia.
Yeah.
They all live,
Astro's family.
No, Jimmy. All his relatives live in Georgia. They're on 6 cinder blocks in a tin can house, and they pump water out of the ground.
We don't actually know that. We just think that.
Like the Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah. Sit down.
Anyway, I forgot what I
Okay,
was
go
saying.
next, Rich. Where are you going next?
Oh,
I love when you start the shit, though.
Here, I got a good question. This is what I was wondering. I've always wondered about this. Who were you closest with in Hollywood that you could consider like your bestie, your best friend?
Easy question. Jane Russell.
Okay, all right.
Jane Russell was my mother, my sister, my lover, my friend, everything. Jane Russell was my closest. We couldn't be any closer if we were one.
Okay, wow.
We looked alike. We thought alike. We believed in the same causes, except she was a born again. I was a demon, but that's different. but other than religion, Jane and I, she liked fish. I didn't. Other than that, everything else was we so were one. We never fought. We never argued. We had the best time together. We traveled together. We did crazy stuff together. I mean, I brought her to consignment shops to shop, and she flipped out. She loved it. I mean, I brought her into a world that she never knew, which was a world of hardworking people. But she had, money. She wasn't poor. And she was so happy to share all the things that I did. She stayed at my house all the time. I cooked for her. I have wonderful stories about Jane Russell that I may do a book one day, a little biglietta, a short book about life with Jane, because she was such an interesting woman and a beautiful woman with a body of death at her age. I mean, 89 years old, she'd swim in our pool and come out in a bikini with a body like a 30-year-old.
Wow.
She was just trust me, she was a beautiful, beautiful woman.
Amazing.
And a lovely, lovely, darling, dear friend who I miss every single day. When I talk, if you mention her name, I get like my stomach drops in an elevator, and I just say, "Oh shit!" And I'm so sorry that Jimmy never met her. She would have liked Jimmy a lot. I think maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure. But anyway, it was Jane Russell, the movie legend.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know what? Everyone loved Jane. That was my mother's favorite actress. So yeah, when she hears that, when she listens to this, it's gonna it's going to probably make her say, get him to write that book. And
yeah.
Well, Jane Russell didn't give a hoot about getting old. And she really never wanted to be in Hollywood. She said it was one of the Lord's mistakes. He made me turn that corner, and bang, it happened. She never enjoyed working in film. She never liked being looked at, photographed, and her pictures, I understand, if you put them head to toe, they go around the world. She's the most photographed woman in the world. And she just didn't want any of that. She's a cowboy, as she said. And when people used to annoy her, she'd go down to the Santa Monica beach house with the kids and all of her girlfriends from high school. And they'd hang out. Jane was a down-to-earth regular Joe. Nothing phony about her. She wasn't a star. She was just regular. She was coffee and cake.
All
Lovely,
right.
lovely woman.
We'll segue here because you said that you wished Jimmy could have met her. When did you and Jimmy meet?
9 years ago.
Okay. All right.
We're married 10 years ago. We're married 9 years. We'll be married 10 years in October.
No, 9 years in October.
I thought 10.
No, 9 years in October.
Oh, I keep writing and saying 10. All right, no.
We met in Boca Raton. We were both living in Florida, and I tried to pick him up in a mall. He was walking through the mall. He looked gorgeous, and I walked up to him and told him he was the most gorgeous man in the mall, and he told me to F myself.
No, I said, no, I did not. I said, no, I didn't. I said, get the F out of here. You moron. You had to see what he looked like. He looked like an elf. That's when he had the dungarees with the underwear ripped. I mean, what a kind, are you going to talk to me with your underwear hanging out of your crotch? What are you, nuts? I thought this guy is a weirdo. And then he kept following me around the mall. So I thought, uh-oh, this guy, I'm going to have to belt him a couple of shots in the face and knock him down if he doesn't leave me alone. I couldn't stomach him. I thought he was hideous. Had earrings and hair. He was like a hippie, you know, like a rock and roller. And I mean, weird. And, you know, he was kind of weird the way he was stalking me, and I didn't care for that. Then weeks later, I was shopping with somebody I was dating, and we ran into Jimmy again, and he sounded nice, and he said he had a radio show. And I said, oh, good, I have a television show called Set the Record Straight, and we're doing a benefit. My daughter Deirdre is doing the benefit, not a benefit, a Halloween party at the CEO of Costco stores. And would you like to be an undertaker? And he said yes. So we did the whole house. We made it look like a haunted house with cobwebs and zombies, and we got actors in every room. There was an actor, so when the friends came in, they were very entertained. And when I saw Jimmy by the coffin in the viewing room, and the dead body, by the way, rose up from the coffin and floated up to the ceiling as a spirit. It was quite a wonderful effect. And Jimmy was dressed in a beautiful navy blue suit with shiny shoes and a white shirt and a tie, no earrings, and his hair was cut. And I looked at him and I thought, okay, let's think about this one.
He liked it when I was cleaned up. He liked it
because he looked like a model. He was gorgeous. He was handsome with that beautiful smile. And you know, before with all that crap going on with those weird clothes, you couldn't even see his. And he had you didn't have a beard.
No, I didn't have a beard.
He didn't have a beard. The beard came later.
The beard came since I met him. But I like the beard.
And we're happily married for 9 years, and it's the long haul.
Right. That's good stuff, man. Great. I keep my hair spiked still to this day, and no one will ever get this thing away from me until Eileen Shapiro gets to run her fingers through it, because she said she wanted to.
I love it though, white like that. It's very distinguished looking.
Yeah. After I was in an accident, had a back surgery, broke my back. A year later, I was all white. Everywhere.
Oh wow!
My arm hairs, and I asked the doctor. Well, he's like, sometimes trauma will cause.
Yes, a pigment change.
Yeah,
yes. Change in pigmentation. Absolutely. I know people. I don't know, but I've heard stories of women who have been so frightened by something that in a week or two their hair started to turn white, and that's a true expression. Mm-hmm. my hair turned white from the horror of it all.
Well, I think it's very distinguished looking, so it looks good on you. You wear it well.
Yeah, I used to dye my hair for years because it was good for film. And, you know, I wanted to stay as young as I could so I would be still wanted in film. And then I said one day, you know what? Screw this. I'm starting to look like a painted old man. Like, what's his name in the movie Venice? You know, where I don't know if anybody's familiar with it, but Death in Venice, where this gay guy gets old and he dyes his hair, rinses it, and then he's out in the sun and the perspiration, the dye starts pouring down his face. And I thought, I don't want to do that. So I definitely cut my hair very short, and it grew in this most beautiful shade of platinum white. And I thought, wow. And I think it makes me look a lot better, softer, and nicer. You cannot dye your hair at 80 years old. You look like a jerk.
No, you do your hair. You've got the same white hair like me. It's not gray.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Mine's platinum. Yeah. Mine is a platinum white. I'm lucky. I didn't get yellow gray. A lot of people have, you know, yellowy gray or beige gray. No, I got real platinum.
Yeah, so did he.
Yeah, yours looks platinum too.
Yeah, it is. And women ask me all the time, "What do you use?" I'm like,
yeah,
that's natural. So,
I had one gal at a cocktail party for an art gallery opening, and she was talking to me, and then suddenly she ran her fingers through my hair, and I thought that was a little presumptuous. I don't even know her. And she said, "Oh, just checking to see if it was a wig." I said, "And what if it were? How embarrassing." I said, "Now, can I grab your tits and see if they're real or if they're fake?" And she started to laugh. So, I mean, you know, you got to do that back. But I'm asked all the time, what color do you use? And I say, Mother Nature.
That's right. Mother Nature.
Mother Nature.
Now,
could you imagine that?
Go ahead.
Think, Jimmy, when you saw him, he told you to F off. You saw him again. Were you still interested at that point, or?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
He was walking around.
He hawked me like there was no tomorrow.
Well, it's not like Boca Raton is really big. I've got a ton of family down in Florida.
Well, my boyfriend at the time, who was an actor, Burton Gazar, and he went over to Jimmy at one point and he said, "Okay, you won," and he was a gentleman about it. You know,
Then after the Halloween party that night, because he was in the party at the Halloween party also. He was the actor in it.
He was a murderer.
And he came up to me at the end of the night and he said, I give up, you win. You know, you get to have him. Just make sure to treat him well," or something like that.
Right. And I'm still friends.
And we're still friends with him.
Oh yeah, he's on my Facebook page all the time, Burton. He's doing well in Florida acting. He plays a lot of mafia parts, you know.
Great guy.
Oh yeah, he's a wonderful person.
I always wanted to play mafia roles growing up. I thought
that's all I ever play.
Yeah. Well,
you know, I only tough guy stuff. I play cops and tough guys.
And one priest.
And I played a priest I played priest, I think, on one of the TV shows I did. I forgot what show it was. But one of the shows, I really didn't have many lines, but I was a priest in a parish where they were pedophilia. I don't know what the hell the storyline was. It could have been on Charlie's Angels. I don't really remember. But I played a priest. I was young and skinny. I look good as a priest. I played a minister in a movie called Clown Fear that I shot last year.
It came out in February.
Right on. I must check.
But that was a light in the loafer minister who was comical. Mostly, like I'm in the Big Friggin' Rat now, and that's coming out in October, and that's a scary movie with a huge rat that they made, and I play Paulie, a mafia hood illiterate. Real stupid Brooklyn kind of a character. Like, get over here. What are you talking about? I don't know what you know. One of those morons. And I love doing it because it was so far from who I am.
Right. That's going to be hard to see you doing that because you're very articulate and.
Well, I'm a good actor, I think.
Okay, well, good actors can make themselves look damn right.
You know, whatever you do, if you don't give it 100%, you're fooling yourself. You know, anything I do all the way, or I don't do it at all. And Jimmy knows that. And I tell that to Jimmy all the time. Jimmy, we have to have this, we have to have that because it doesn't look right. It's not right. And he says to me, "Oh, you're so particular." Not particular. But I feel if people give up their time to watch us, then we have to give them the best performances that we can.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. That's why I get upset sometimes if I get a guest and they don't have at least a headset, because it causes popping and echoing. Because we're not in studios, everything is online, and especially if you're not hooked up hardline, if you're using Wi-Fi, forget about it. It won't be professional. So that's one of my big pet peeves. But you can't force your guest to know and have all this equipment.
But you know something, they're so used to it, the public, they don't see it. I mean, even Ellen, when she has guests on with all of her high-tech equipment, they sound corny and tinny. So it's par for course.
Yeah.
You're right about hardwired, especially on StreamYard and stuff, though, because like you need to be hardwired in, because we didn't used to hardwire and we would have some problems, and since we've hardwired, we never have a problem. So I always try to get people to hardwire if we can.
What hardwire? I'd like them to come on the show looking like they took a shower.
No, but hardwired is.
No, I know that, but I'm talking about them coming on looking like they took a shower. Some of them come on looking like they were just greasing the car up, sloppy, dirty clothes, hair all disheveled. And, you're on major television. And like I say to them, there's 4.5 million people watching us right now. We're all over the world. Is this the image you want to send out to the world, that you're all sloppy and disarray? I mean, they don't have brains. Years ago, a celebrity like Betty Davis, I knew Betty Davis really well. Betty and I were good friends. And I don't have a picture of me with Betty Davis. You know why? Betty didn't do that. Betty said, if we do it at the studio and it's lit properly and so-and-so is the photographer, fine. They didn't go for it. Betty Davis today never would have done cell phone. Never. She would have had a stroke. And a lot of the stars of my era would not do cell phone pictures. They just would not, because you know what you look like on a cell phone. Shit. I mean, I've had those selfies. We all look like horror movie stars.
They have an app for that.
I mean, Marilyn,
yes, you're right.
Marilyn Monroe, who has been photographed over and over again, if you saw her composites, out of 150 shots, she liked one, and the rest of them had X's going through them. Could you imagine Marilyn Monroe doing a selfie? Never. Yeah. So it was back then. It was perfection. They were dressed by the costumers. Their hair was done by Gulliloff or somebody else, and their makeup was done by Westmore. So they were perfect people.
Yeah, it was a different time, because people would they would nick and take things down if it was out of place just for a shot. You know?
Absolutely. When I first started in films, I was in a film with Sophia Loren and Tab Hunter in 1959, and the cameras were the size of Volkswagens. I mean, big cameras, and the lights, my God, they were so big and bright, and the sets were perfect. And we had set consultants that were on that set, and they would go and look through the camera before the cameraman shot it, to make sure that everything was in total balance and the lighting. I mean, I was in a movie called Clown Theater, and my good scene, a good shot of me, they forgot to turn the lights on. And that film went out into publication that way. Distribution. It was terrible. There's no regard for professionalism or perfection. They shoot it in 10 days, whether it looks like, and then it goes to Walmart, and then the kids buy it because it's a horror movie, and they make money.
Do you watch horror movies?
Man, love them, Jimmy.
Like, what's some of your favorite horror movies?
And it's funny that you say that. I loved Friday the 13th, obviously. There was one from when I was a child, and it was called something from Mars, the thing from Mars, or
Invaders from.
Yeah, I can't remember quite, but it was these things would fly through the air and they would stick to your face and stuff.
Phantasm. Oh no, not Phantasm.
No, I do love Phantasms right on up there. I love those.
Oh, I'm friends with everybody that was in Phantasm.
I know the film you're talking about.
I actually collect horror movie memorabilia, and I have a 6-foot Jason from Friday the 13th that does the machete and everything. It makes the noise in my office.
And I love anything Bela Lugosi. I love the old.
Me too.
Scary vampire with the, it was so much
very, very eerie. And the sets were magnificent. Today they couldn't build those sets because the cost of it would bring the production up to like millions and millions. Back then, it was so cheap to build a set like Bela Lugosi in those Dracula castles, the long staircases in the beautiful architecture. It was and he wasn't corny. I think he was a good vampire because most vampires today try to emulate him a little. With "I want to suck your blood," that bullshit.
What about the Lost Boys? Did you like the Lost Boys?
Yeah, anything vampires I loved, except for I wasn't a big fan of them having crystal skin in the
Twilight.
The
Lost Boys is my favorite. I love it.
Do you remember? I think you might be too young, but do you remember the Night of the Living Dead, the black and white original?
Oh, yeah, I watched. Absolutely, I remember it. I mean,
That scared me.
I just look young. I'm older than Jimmy, probably. I'm just kidding. Jimmy Star are probably the same age, roughly close. We're in there. I'm
in my mid-50s.
So that means when you say mid, that usually means that you're pushing 56.
I'll be 56 in October.
I am chronologically 80 years old, but in reality, I'm 60 or 55.
Yeah, you're amazing. Your health, your shape, you take great care of yourself. You made a post last week, as a matter of fact, on Facebook, because we are friends, whether you know that or not. And it really hit home with me. It was about weight, because I'm a bigger guy. I'm 6'2". And I carry my weight, and I've always carried it well. And I really never had as much weight as I have now. Younger, I was always in shape. But it made, when you wrote that, and you said that it's not about yourself at this point in life.
That's right.
It's about those around you.
That's right.
It made me think, well, man, is so true. People depend on us. And for me not to care is ignorant and selfish. And that really hit home. I want to know. So people, when you write stuff, people do listen. So I wanted to share that with you.
Because it's all honesty and it's truth. Now, the reason, when people say to me, how come you look so good and you stay so young? And I say, because of my daughters. I don't want to die to make my daughters cry. And my daughters will be devastated when I die because we're extremely close. We live in Palm Springs. We see them every Monday, either their home or my home. They lived with me until they were old. I mean, we're a very close family. And I know that I will be a tremendous loss to them, and that's why I stay alive.
He also doesn't drink, do drugs. I mean, he doesn't do things that are bad for you. He takes very good care of himself.
And I eat well, unlike Jimmy, who eats fast food. Ugh, that's disgusting.
Do you eat fast food, Rich?
That's the killer.
I cut that out. I actually cut beer and fast food out, and weight started falling off.
Oh, that's good.
Beer is bloat. Beer is bloat.
Yeah.
Bloat. But beer is very healthy, actually. Beer is not an unhealthy thing to drink, nor is wine. Wine is very healthy
in moderation.
But when you go to what's it, Burger King or whatever those shitty places are, and you order those make-believe hamburgers with fake meat, and the drinks you order, and it costs you like $28, which you could have had a good meal somewhere, but now you've blown $28 in a crappy restaurant. And then the next day, Jimmy said, "I don't feel good. I got a bellyache." I said, "Sure, look at the shit."
I like Chipotle, which is
look
good.
what you ate last night.
You eat Chipotle?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chipotle is my favorite of everywhere.
Did you realize that if a family of 4 go to McDonald's, the bill is about $65?
Oh,
that's $65. The mother could have gone to the supermarket and got good, healthy food, cooked it for a family. So it's foolish to go blow that kind of money on that artificial, synthetic, totally processed garbage. I don't eat it. I refuse to eat it. I had an In-N-Out not long ago, and I got a bellyache. I'm not lying.
He doesn't know what In-N-Out. Do you know what In-N-Out is?
Yeah, Out Burger, baby.
Oh, see, we have that here in California, but I didn't have that in Florida, so I didn't eat it till we moved here. I love it.
It really is the best hamburger if you have to eat junk food hamburger. And I got a bellyache. My stomach said, "Ron, what are you putting in me?"
I'm exactly the opposite. I eat a lot of healthy food, and I have all kinds of stomach problems from it.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hold it. There's going to be a fight. You want to fight on your show? We're going to have a big fight. When do you ever eat all the time healthy food, you liar?
When you
don't you lie to me. You are the worst. You eat more shit than anybody.
No. I'm talking about like he'll cook good food, or his daughters will cook good food.
Let's not go there. Let's not. I cook Italian, wonderful food. He does not eat sauces. He doesn't eat spices. He doesn't eat any condiments. I don't eat salad dressing, ketchup, mustard, or mayonnaise. I mean, he's impossible to cook for. You have to give him hamburgers.
Meat.
And you know what meat does? It gives you a heart attack.
I bet he likes beef, though. Do you eat beef?
Sure it does. You'll give you a heart attack. You cannot do that. Red meat is unhealthy.
Yeah.
We're not primitive anymore, Jimmy. He's such a liar. Everyone out there, Jimmy Star is a liar.
I am not.
He does not eat healthy food.
No, I didn't say I eat it all the time, but I said when you cook it.
Yeah.
If you cook it, it's healthy.
Yeah, but then half of the time you'd say, "Oh, I don't want it. I'm going to go get the spare ribs at Big Bob's or whatever."
I like Dickie's. We have this place called Dickie's. It's so good.
We've got Dickie's barbecues here as well.
Oh my God, it's like my favorite. I love it.
And do you know how much MSG they put in those spare ribs to make them soft?
It's so good.
You're eating chemical with fake shit on
All right,
top.
anyway, go ahead, Rich. Where are you going next?
I mean, now that you've had the married couple, I just don't like when he says things that are not true.
I love it.
I don't think it's not true.
Well, you know.
Hey, Astro. Astro's looking at me funny.
I think it's a good time for us to segue into which band.
Okay.
So usually I had music post at it, but which band? And you guys can answer these together, separate. You can each answer it. But what it is, I'm going to give you a scenario and then 4 bands. Which band is you in that scenario, or you see yourself?
Okay.
All right. So Jimmy, a night out on town would be like which band with you? Elton John, P. Diddy, Aerosmith, or Frank Sinatra?
For me, it would be Elton John. For him, it would be Frank Sinatra.
No, it would not. For me, it would be Iron Butterfly. But
that wasn't.
I know that, but that's what it would be. For me, I never was a great fan of Frank Sinatra. I thought his voice was great, nice. I'm a Johnny Mathis addict. I know Johnny, and I love him as a person. And there's no voice in the world like Johnny Mathis. No one can croon like Johnny Mathis.
I'm an Elton John fan. He's my favorite singer. I dressed him one time. I was his guest at a concert in Florida where I got to go into his dressing room. It was fabulous. So I'm 100% Elton John fan.
All right.
Turn.
Yeah.
Turn for what? I answered. I said Johnny Mathis.
He's going to give you your own.
You can both answer each one. That's fine.
Okay.
When you enter the room, people see you as which band? ZZ Top, Lady Gaga, Elvis Presley, or Dolly Parton?
Not me. None of them.
Hang on. Wait. No, you got to pick one, though. You have to pick one.
Well, I don't.
I used to be Lady Gaga because I would do all the shocking stuff. But wait, who was the first one again?
ZZ Top.
No, I don't do ZZ Top.
Who's ZZ Top?
Those are the guys with the beard, big long beards.
Well, no.
Addicted to Love, or what? No, that's Robert Palmer. That's Robert Plant or somebody. I would say for me, Lady Gaga.
All right, and then
I haven't a clue, so I'm going to pass.
I love it. It's fine. Okay, so a romantic night with either one of you would be like Sade, Barry White, Foreigner, or the Rolling Stones?
Barry White.
Yeah, I'd pick Barry White too.
There's nobody that has a baritone voice like Barry. No one can send you into heaven if it's dark in the room and you're drinking wine and you love someone and Barry White starts in with that, whatever he starts with, that incredible guy. So sorry we lost.
I know.
So sorry we lost Barry White. I loved his voice.
I like that one too.
Loved his music.
Yeah, Barry White's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had that. It just came.
that wonderful baritone. Blah, blah, blah. And of course, Johnny Mantis should have been there because I would have picked Johnny. Johnny got more people pregnant because of his music. And Johnny and I discussed that because I said that to him and he started to laugh. He said, well, yes, that's what they say about me because he's very shy.
Yeah, that's great. That's amazing. I like that. That's it. We just do 3 on which band. So I always saw myself more as like a foreigner, hot-blooded, check it and see.
I love Foreigner.
Yeah. Because I think of their songs sometimes when I do it, like A Night with Me Romantically is like, I'm hot-blooded, check it and see. 103, you know.
Then you want to dance.
I actually met Lou Graham once, and he was very cool.
Awesome. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. And then, you know, sometimes like when I think of Night Out on Town, I'm not actually thinking the singer, but maybe it's the way they partied. You know, Elton John was known to not be so much of a party, but he was glamour. P. Diddy, in my mind, he would go out and spend $2 million in one night and not blink. You know, so I sometimes think of him differently when I think of it, but everybody thinks different, and I loved your answer, so thank you.
I actually met P. Diddy at the Dance Star USA Awards. I was with Ozzy Aziz, a friend of ours, who actually wrote the Jimmy Star show intro song, and we were together, and we met P. Diddy and Naomi Campbell back in the green room or whatever. And
I mean, I have a question. I'm going to ask you seriously, and because I feel not that it even matters, but a lot of people saying that he is hiding in the closet, and I am a firm believer.
I think.
No, what? What is the question?
If P. Diddy's gay,
who cares? It's his private life.
I don't know, but I know that. But there's people like he's like been caught like, doing this and that, and then he's giving innuendos in his songs like, I am, but I'm not. So no,
I'm not really sure because you know what? He's not that nice. He wasn't that nice. I got cast in one of his reality shows. I turned it down because they didn't really pay you any money. He's not the nicest person like ever to meet. And then he was with Naomi Campbell, and she was just a freaking bitch. She wasn't nice at all.
No, I've heard that from a lot of people.
So I mean, he was all right, but he wasn't anything great. And that was when I met him, he was like at the top of his game. You know, now he's not like the biggest thing as, but I like his music.
Yeah,
I like his music.
If I tell you how many, I will never tell you, but if you knew how many gay people were in Hollywood from 1940 to 1970, how many gay men there were, I would have to say to you 65% of all of the actors that everybody loves so much all had a gay start, especially Rock Hudson, George Nader, Jeff Chandler. They all had to sleep with a certain person or they couldn't have gotten where they were. He had a famous stable. Williams was his name. And Tab Hunter, I know Tab Hunter very well. Tab and I were buddies. And Tab Hunter, although Tab said he never really slept with him, but so those guys had to lay back for a lot of people. So being gay in our business is no big deal. I mean, look at Marlena Dietrich, Joan Crawford. They were bisexual. Lana Turner was a bisexual. Hedy Lamarr was a bisexual.
First, who am I thinking of?
It's no big deal in Hollywood to do threesomes or be bisexual or gay. It's a place where everybody's free thinking.
I know one that I heard rumors about. John Wayne, huh?
I never heard John Wayne was gay. I think he would beat the shit out of anybody that said that. John Wayne, I've never met him, but his reputation follows him. He was one tough Republican. I mean, if you said anything anti-Republican, he got you. He was a tough guy, John Wayne.
How about Ronald Reagan when he was in Hollywood?
Who?
Ronald Reagan.
No, Ronald Reagan was as straight as an arrow. He couldn't possibly be gay because he would kill himself. No, Ronald Reagan was like a square actor. He was married to what's her face? I can't remember that wonderful actress who had a TV show. What the hell? Anyway, she found him very dull because she was a very sexy, exciting actress, and she found Reagan to be so vanilla and dull. So she divorced him. But I mean, Rock Hudson, I knew was gay all the time because I knew Rock Hudson, and I knew he was gay. And sometimes it would get out, and people would say to me, "Is Rock Hudson really gay?" And I'd say, "Well, when I sleep with him, I'll let you know. Until then, I don't know." And I damn well knew because he was dating George Nader, the other actor. So, and Roddy McDowell, they were all lovers and intertwining. It was a very interesting gay world in Hollywood back in those days because everybody was closeted, yet everybody knew who everybody was that was gay. So I don't understand why they stayed in the club. But Rock Hudson, when I was on the set with him, there was a line he didn't like, and he told the script girl, this line has to be rewritten. It's a bit effeminate. So Rock Hudson protected his male image like you wouldn't believe. He was very not wanting to be found out that he was gay. He was found out when he went to Paris because he was dying of AIDS, and the media outed him. But if they didn't, Rock Hudson never would have come out. He honestly was either embarrassed, ashamed, or just felt it's nobody's damn business.
Wow, yeah, that's crazy. I'm sure Hollywood hadn't changed much. And speaking of Hollywood, will it ever bounce back after this COVID? Do you think movie theaters and the production, or is it we're going to start seeing a lot more independent movie producers?
No, I think movie theaters will become supermarkets. People have gotten used to watching at home. Now with these wonderful new screen TVs we have one that can blow it up on the wall to an 8x10, which is movie theater size. And, it's expensive going to the movies. Now with these equipments that you buy, you can get free movie. Or if you rent a movie for $20, let's say, you can have 5 people in the room and it comes out cheaper than going to the movies. And, now with recliner chairs, it's very competitive watching a film at home. I personally enjoy going to the movies. It's a night out. Dinner and a movie to me still is fun. I don't want to be a house plant, and I don't want to be in the house all the time. And I think that once the movie theaters never come back, people will not go out to see.
I think they'll come for the main films, but a lot of the films probably won't make it to the theaters. No. I mean, productions are already in production because he just shot a movie the other day, and we have a lot of friends. But right now, really, only the indie films are being shot. The major films aren't being shot yet, but a lot of them are getting ready to start.
I just finished 4 movies, and every one of them went to not Netflix. They went to Walmart. They go directly to Walmart.
That's all good. So, I get out. People buy them.
That's the new thing.
Yeah, people buy them. I go to Walmart looking for. I have one movie I've been looking for forever, and I can't find it. It's always sold out. It's always
not
gone.
So much our market, but the Asian market. All the films that we shoot and distribute out to the Asian market make fortunes.
Oh yeah,
because the Asian populace love horror. They love the blood, guts, and monsters.
I do too.
So well, I used to
be one of my favorite too. You asked earlier, Jimmy.
What was it?
Hellraiser, Pinhead. Oh,
yeah.
That gave me nightmares as an adult. I mean, I would see that in real life. Somebody dressed up as oh Jesus.
Actually, we had for our Halloween show, we had one of the Cenobites on, Chatterer, the one who played Chatterer. But I know all of them, and they're a lot of fun. And I have all kinds of Hellraiser dolls and stuff in my room, action figures and dolls and stuff. But I love that stuff.
But I want to say something about the Big Friggin' Rat, which is coming out in October. I went on this set. The set wasn't lit yet, and suddenly I turned and there was this rat. I looked and I got scared. Joe Castro did a magnificent job with this rat. It's got teeth that are all crooked and slime is dripping off the teeth and the eyes are red. It's the ugliest son of a bitch you want to see. It is scary. And of course, it kills a lot of people. It was supposed to bite my leg off, spin me around, and I was going to hit the wall and fall down. And then, of course, it was going to come, and the camera was going to be inside the rat as he pulls me in and devours me. And I was so excited that day to shoot that scene. I remember going on the set saying, I can't wait to see myself getting eaten by the rat, and the CGI takes my leg off. Well, what was Lionsgate came over and said, you can't do it. We don't have you insured. We just found out your age, and we don't have a double for you. So what we're going to do is put you in the basement and have the rat come up with your arm. And
So he didn't get to get eaten by
I never
the rat.
got to be eaten by the rat, and I'm still depressed over it.
But he still is in. He still has a great role in the movie.
Oh yeah, I'm in the movie, but my killing, I was so ready. I mean, what the hell am I going to do? Break a hip? That's what they. Oh my God! If because the rat does pick me up and he throws me against the door, and then when I get up, he eats my leg, and then I can't walk. Of course, I have one leg. The blood's gushing out, and I fall over. So there was a lot of falling down. And they thought because I was 79 at the time, too old to do my own stunt work.
Excuse me, guys. I've fallen and I can't get up.
Can't get up.
Exactly. But you know what? I know when I see that movie, I haven't seen it yet. When I see that movie, I know I'm going to be so depressed that I didn't get eaten by the rat.
I know, because your story sounds so much better than him coming up with an arm.
Yeah.
I mean, really and truly, I would have loved it. I've never had anything in the business. I'm in the business 64 years. I've never, ever experienced anything like it. So it was new for me. You know, it gets boring making movies. You go on the set, you're waiting all day long for the setup. Then you shoot your 3 lines, and then it's another 10 hours. And it's boring. So this would have been fun for me. And especially if they said, let's do it again and again and again. But I could have hurt myself. No, but if I had to do it 10, 12 times, I could have hurt myself.
I bet. You sound like my
I mean,
you do it again.
in reality, you know, 80, I got my bones are 80 years old. So in reality, you could hurt yourself. So they were looking out for my best interest.
No, absolutely. And I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, I do.
Guys, I don't know about you two, but I've been having a blast tonight. I've enjoyed every minute of this.
You're a good host.
This is going to be thank you very much. I appreciate that. I never hear that. I always hear how shitty I am, but that's all right. I still no, I'm just kidding.
You know what? You have a conversational show, and that's what I like.
Yes, thank you very much. Before you guys get out of here, we shut this down tonight. We got to do the Gauntlet of Five, and you are not getting out of here without doing it. So, Jimmy, it's the Gauntlet of Five.
Okay.
I'll lead in with you. You can both answer like we said before. Yes or no. We can elaborate on one or all of them at the end.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, at the end. Okay, at the end. So we're just doing yes or no. Okay.
Yeah. I'll run through them. We're running the gauntlet. Bigfoot, does he exist?
Yes.
No.
Aliens, have they visited us?
Yes.
Absolutely, I am one.
JFK, more than one shooter.
Yes.
Absolutely, mafia murder.
Alternate dimensions, do they exist?
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. Last one, time travel. Will we ever?
Yes. Tesla almost had it down pat. Adolf Hitler was working on time travel.
I think it'll happen eventually, but I don't think it's happened yet.
No, but Tesla knew what it was all about. I definitely believe in time travel.
I do too, and I believe that they off Tesla and they stole all of his stuff. So would you guys like to elaborate on any of the five, starting with Bigfoot?
I love Bigfoot.
I believe that there is. I believe that there may be a race. Can we call it a race of in-betweens, sort of ape human, and that would be the missing link. If it exists, it would be the missing link. But I don't believe that the Sasasha or whatever the hell it's called, Sasquatch is walking around, because we would have been photographed. With cell phones, nothing gets by anymore. So I don't believe in it. Until I see a authentic picture, I will not believe it. But aliens, I definitely believe were here millions and millions of years ago.
His favorite show is Ancient Aliens.
Well, because it's very good. And I do believe that DNA was exchanged from the monkey and the alien DNA, because that's how we evolved.
I just went to Home Depot Saturday because I collect, animatronic thing monsters, and we just got like a 6-foot alien that lights up and talks and moves his arms, and it says it's futile to resist and take me to your leader, and it's really cool.
So I did a video with it. And
it's on his Facebook page. We did a video of it.
And I called it Uncle Al Ian. And he's cute as hell. I love him. But yes, we've been visited millions of years ago. There was another world here once, and it destroyed itself, and we came.
And JFK was killed by the mob.
Definitely
by the mafia.
Definitely by the mafia.
A lot
Absolutely.
of Cuban connection going on down there.
Well, that was the reason, because they wanted Cuba back. Right. And the mafia said, we'll put you in office and then you give us Cuba. Knock off Fidel Castro. That's why they murdered Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, the Kennedys murdered Marilyn Monroe.
No, not the Kennedys, the CIA. Because
or the Kennedys.
Well, no. They knew that Marilyn Monroe was a loose cannon, and she was going to squeal about killing Castro.
Yeah, I did a
and the Bay of Pigs.
Me and another guy, my partner Wayne, we did a 3-part JFK reliving the with all the information we have now. We did a 3-video deal we put out, and we talk about Marilyn Monroe being suicided, which means being killed to look like a suicide.
Absolutely.
She was on a phone call with somebody telling them, I got this, and this that I'm going to share with you.
Well, also the cab driver that used to take her to and from work, his cab mysteriously went off a cliff in the Hollywood Hills, and he knew. Jane Russell knew Marilyn Monroe because they made a very famous movie together, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. And I said to Jane, what do you think about Marilyn? And Jane said to me, oh, the mafia definitely killed her. Jane Russell was affirmative about that. It's a shame. I mean, now they're saying that Hillary Clinton is having everybody executed too.
Yeah, she does.
Oh, but you don't know she does, but they're saying that she's had a lot.
Well, there's 38 mysterious deaths of people who said things bad about the Clintons and did things against the Clintons, and they all just happened to mysteriously die.
It would make a good horror movie.
Yes. That's a good topic, though. I like the Gauntlet, actually. I like those questions.
But I don't know that it's the truth about Hillary, so I wouldn't make it written in stone. It's a rumor, just like the rumor that she's a lesbian. You know, these are all rumors about people, and people shouldn't spread rumors unless there's fact, because rumors can hurt everybody.
Well, all right, let me ask you a question. There was a lady that died. She was famous in Hollywood. She was going in to have some surgery done. And the press came up and asked, what about us having the first gay president? And she was like, oh, are you crazy? We've already had the first gay president. Obama, and Michelle's his husband. She's a tranny. And then a week later, she said, what was her name? I forget. She was super popular. She was a comedian.
Joan Rivers? Joan Rivers.
Yeah, Joan Rivers. She said that. It's on videotape of her saying it. She goes, are you crazy? Stop, you know the answer already. And then so she says that, and you hear somebody go, uh-oh. Then a week later.
No. I knew Joan. I mean, I was in the limo with Joan and Debbie Reynolds, and you had to hear the two of them going. Joan Rivers said things to be funny. She never based anything really on truth. If she happened to hit it, it was right, it was right. But Joan had a very outspoken Jewish humor. And that sort of humor is very rough. I don't think she meant any offense to Obama or to what's her name, the wife? Michelle. I don't think she meant anything bad about it. It was a joke. Right. And you know what? If you can't take a joke, kill yourself, because that's what life is all about. Today, you have to be very careful. Politically correctness is taken over. Everybody gets offended from every goddamn thing you say. Years ago, we were sports. We knew how to do a joke and take it. Don Rickles today would be thrown out of the business. Don Rickles today never, ever, ever would have made it with his humor.
No. And he was funny too, but yeah, he was crazy. Oh, excuse me, it's past our keeping you up. You're the oldest one, and it's me and Jimmy that are yawning. Falling out. You're ready to go. I love his story. God, no wonder you guys have so much content. You could probably tell a story, an episode for about 10, 15, maybe 20 seasons.
Oh yeah, we're good.
You know,
actually, our show, our last week's episode was our 19th season.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we've been on a long time.
And I just had a cataract done in my right eye 2 weeks ago, and they knocked me out. And I was talking to the doctor about something, and they knocked me out. And I woke up and continued the conversation. And the doctor said, never in the history of my surgery has anyone been knocked out for 2 hours, woken up, and went right back to the same sentence, continuing the conversation. So I said, even dead, I'll speak.
That is scary because, the last surgery I had was not fun. They went up into my behind my left testicle and had to put a mesh in there.
Oh, those meshes are dangerous. You should not do that.
Yeah, I know. And then they took something else out. And then when I woke up, they had me chained to the bed because they said they had to put, for that type of surgery, they put gas in you that makes you feel like you have to use number 2.
Bathroom.
Right, but you don't. It's just that extreme, like, I'll tell you what I said. I was laying there on the stretcher, said, I woke up and I go, I'm going to shit myself. And then, like, and I never did.
No. I tell every doctor, if I ever have to have surgery, Michael Jackson juice, or I'm not using you. I'll go to another doctor. And they all agree. They give me Michael Jackson juice, and it's wonderful. You talk, and then suddenly you sleep, and then you wake up, and it's over. You feel nothing.
That's his favorite.
That's my favorite. I could understand why Michael Jackson used it every night to go to sleep. I mean, many a night, I wish I had a couple of vials of that to shoot up with and go to sleep.
Yeah.
You get the best sleep is when you go into surgery. It is no dreaming, nothing. It's dead sleep.
Do you think he overdosed, or do you think that was a setup?
Yeah, I think he overdosed.
I think he overdosed. I think that poor fella was so screwed up. I mean, Hollywood screws you up. Music industry screws you up. His parents screwed him up. He was a gay guy who couldn't come out. He was a pedophile who couldn't come out. Michael Jackson had more issues than anybody in the business, and it was a sin. It was a sin because he could have been helped had people recognized the fact that he was a human and not a recording machine.
Still one of the best entertainers ever, though.
I mean, I like Michael Jackson. I never met him, but I liked all he did. I think it was a sin that nobody was close enough to him to see where he was going, that he was going to die soon. Or if they did, they didn't say anything because they only wanted to make money. You know, keep him high, keep him loaded. He performs better.
Right.
Like Judy Garland, they did the same thing to Judy. Keep her stoned because she's outrageous when she's stoned. So the industry is not a good one. So those of you out there who think show business is so wonderful, it's not. It's a lot of work and a lot of wacky people in it that do terrible things to you, say terrible things about you, and make you do terrible things.
Absolutely. Yep, you're right. Last one that we talked about, alternate dimensions. Do you guys believe that?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Like the Philadelphia experiment.
Ooh, yeah. That's a good one, man.
That is a good one because it's true. I firmly believe that when we die, the so-called heaven is not heaven. I believe that the body is no longer needed because our body simply is a machine to grab food, to eat, to keep the body going, and to also make children,
reproduce.
When you die, the signal from a television goes through the air. And the same thing with the signal of your spirit. Your spirit goes into another dimension. What it becomes, I don't know. It could be the great white light, and your spirit and your knowledge stays there. And when the baby is born, it comes back and goes into a baby. When I was 20 years old, I met Ethel Maya Johnson, which was one of the greatest psychics in the world, and she was on the level. And she said to me, Ron, you're going to pursue a lot of stuff in show business. She didn't know anything about me. But at the end of your life, you're going to be very famous. And that has come to play. She also believed in dimensions. And she said, the minute you walked in the room, I saw a bright white yellow aura about you, which means you've come back for the 7th time. And you will not come back again. You will stay in the next dimension. We come here to learn, to live different lives. Every time we come back as a different person. And once we've learned all there is to learn about humanity, then we take that to another dimension.
Yes,
I
I've heard
believe
that.
that's
Go
my
ahead.
belief, and Su
Yeah,
Wong's belief also. Su Wong believes that too.
I've heard that theory, and it's very appealing. A lot of people believe that this is a prison planet for spirits. That we come here knowing that we have to come here because we have not learned enough to move on to the next dimension.
Well,
So
that's
we
what the seven times you come back. The first time you come back, your aura is black and navy. Then by your third aura, right, your aura might be a pale blue. So what it is, it's a register of how much you've learned. I'm a Gemini. You're a Gemini. Most Geminis are seven timers. For some reason, if you read about it, Gemini people are all seven-time returners. They're not coming back anymore. And they're usually very bright people. And I'm not being narcissistic or bullshitting about myself, but I'm pretty bright. Not school educated, because I left school when I was 16 to become an actor. I wasn't interested in mathematics. I wanted to act. I have to be on TV. I want to be a movie star. That's all I thought about.
So how did you know I was Gemini?
What?
How did you know I was Gemini?
You told us earlier.
Well, but Jimmy, you blew. I was going to do a joke right now. Anyway, he blew my joke. Yeah, you told us earlier that you were a Gemini. So it's your last time here, baby. That's why your show is going to be a success.
Wow.
Because in your old age, you're going to find success.
You did too. You guys did. Man, you're killing it. You guys are both doing great. You're an inspiration, definitely to everybody. And as you heard the people speaking earlier, the ones that are your friends and the ones that know you, they all appreciate and love what you do. And
Well,
very cool.
You know, good gets good, and I believe that. You do bad, you get bad. I'd like to just say one thing before we go, and that is, I wish that everybody in our country would become one. Red and blue don't fight. We're all Americans. We all want our country to be what it was, what it could be, what it should be. We want honesty, we want equality, and we want happiness for all. But violence and destruction and evilness will never get you there. Never. Goodness, love, and kindness go so much further than negativity. Be positive, folks. Don't hate somebody because they're a different color, different religion, different sexuality, or they vote differently than you do. Give people space. Let people live. Stop judging.
I love that. I couldn't have said it better.
I feel that in my heart. I feel that in my heart. I so believe in that. You know, it's terrible that some people feel beneath other people, or that black people feel that white people think they're better, or whatever that bullshit's all about. I mean, we have many, 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 many darling, wonderful black friends. I mean, gorgeous, beautiful people, and they're all successful in our business, and they're just wonderful people. I mean, everybody's equal. You know, we come in the same way, we go out the same way.
Right.
So why can't the middle section be the same?
It needs to be that way.
And I mean, I believe that everybody should have a break. Everybody should be able to buy a house. Everybody should be able to drive a nice car. Everyone should be happy. I mean, a neighborhood of black, white, yellow, and brown, to me, is a coloring book. I love it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to live in an all-white neighborhood.
Right.
You know, I wouldn't.
Right.
No.
Well, I'm originally, I was born and raised on the East Coast and spent a lot of my years in Chicago, Washington, D.C., Chicago. So and our family is well diverse. We've got Trinidad, Cuban, Costa Rican, German. I mean, we're a big mix in my family. And but one thing that my grandfather and grandmothers and all our family taught us all young is to have compassion and understanding for every human being. Listen to anyone who's willing to speak to you, because everyone has a story to tell, and everyone will teach you one thing. You will walk away from a conversation learning one thing that you did not know, or enhancing something that you thought you did.
Absolutely, I agree.
Well,
100%.
I was born in the Red Hook projects in Brooklyn, and my parents' neighbor next door were a Mohammed. What was Mohammed something? They were black people, but their religion was
Islam.
Islam. And Sammy, the little boy, was my age, and he was my best friend growing up. So diversity to me is a word that is so strange. Like, you have to use the word diversity. I mean, what the fuck is that all about? I mean, Sammy was my friend. We sailed boats in the bathtub together. I never understood the difference in color or being Jewish or being Christian. It's such a bore.
Yeah.
It's totally a bore.
The same thing with my Leviticus Houston, still one of my good friends to this day.
Yeah.
From high school, his family practiced Islam, and we even had our friend beside that. His name was Ali Papa Berry, and his parents were from Iraq.
Ali Papa Bear.
So when people start conversations with me and they say, "Oh yes, I have many black friends," I know right away they're full of shit. They're just saying it to sound in, because people that really have black friends don't say it. You know what I mean? I said it simply because I wanted to continue with that. CC Peniston, who sings "Finally," you know the song "Finally." She's a very dear, wonderful, darling friend of ours. And I said to her, "Cece, what's going on with the black people? Why are they rioting? Why are they going crazy?" She said, "I don't understand either." I said, "Yeah, but you're black. Don't you have a clue?" She said, "No." She said, "In our business, we think in a higher plane. We don't think like the people in the ghettos." And I understand that most black people who are successful don't get it either, because they feel that the way they did it, you could do it too. You know, don't wait for the free meal. Don't wait for the giveaway. Get out there. This country offers you everything. And if you really work at it hard and you learn it, you can do it. And that's what I would tell people. By giving away things for free, you only make them loafers and weak. It's not the answer. I mean, I know that I worked all my life and I've got success finally. It took a long time. But if I gave up, I would just be another old man living in Florida playing Mahjong.
Mahjong. Anyway.
Yeah, can I come with you?
Yes. I love this though. Rich, I love your show. Everybody, make sure you're tuning into the Big Rich show because it's fabulous.
Rich has got a guy with a heart and a soul, and he's an excellent interviewer, because he doesn't make you feel like you have to answer anything. He's almost like a shrink. He makes you open up and tell the truth.
Wow, everybody says that.
And you look like you could be a doctor too.
Right.
It was like in my past life or alternate dimension, I feel like I played professional sports and that I was in the law field. And they say that things that you're good with here but don't pursue are because you've lived that life before, so it's still in your light. Like you doing something as a hobby, it had something to do with your either you in another universe or dimension, or you in a past life.
Yeah, I think that could be true too.
Well, it's all inherited. You know, your DNA is inherited. My daughter Leslie went on this thing where we find out our family tree,
ancestry,
and she went back about maybe 700 or 800 years. And she said, "Daddy, I know why you love furniture so much. And I know why you like ornate gilded furniture, wonderfully carved and artistic." She said, "Because your great-grandfather built furniture for Napoleon." And there were drawings of the furniture for somehow it's in a museum. And it was furniture that I love. So that's inherited. My grandfather was a shoemaker. He made shoes by hand for the circus and for theater on Broadway. I'm a shoe freak, and I only like handmade shoes. And when I could afford it years ago, I used to go to Valentino on 57th Street, and I had a last of my own foot, and I used to have all my shoes handmade. Now, you know, it wasn't because I was going to be a show off. For some reason, I had to wear handmade shoes. Now I wear flip-flops, rubber flip-flops. Boy, have I come down, huh?
Hey, honey. Okay, stop.
Awesome.
But I believe DNA information travels from generation to generation.
Yes, absolutely. I believe that. What's up?
That's Astro. He's one of our.
That's Astro, our baby boy. He's 7 pounds, and he's a rescue.
We have 3 rescues.
And he's the most wonderful dog in the world. That's Astro boy. He loves me to pieces.
Is he a little turd head or is he a good one?
They're all good.
Oh,
all our
he's all
dogs are good.
Yeah, our dogs are good dogs.
Good.
He has to have a lot of attention though. That's why he's like now he's going crazy because it's
but
dinner
you know
time.
what? Even with animals, if you are mean to them, they're going to be mean back. So that's a perfect example, human beings. If you're mean to someone, you know, like the old saying, you get more flies with honey than vinegar. And that is so true.
And today's National Dog Day.
Yes, National Dog Day. Love your pet. Rescue a dog.
We have 3 rescues, so it's fabulous. But the other 2 are too big. When they're walking around in here, they knock all the equipment over.
All right. Well, man, thank you both for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for asking us. It's fun.
I've had
And thank you for those wonderful clips in the beginning. That was so thoughtful of you, and you went out of your way because we know how long it takes to do that. For my birthday, my 80th birthday, we had how many people?
57.
57 friends come on with saying, you know, telling, wishing me a happy birthday.
And putting it all together was
and it lasted like an hour and a half if you watched it. And it was the most exhilarating thing I've ever seen. I was absolutely taken by it because everybody was so kind and so wonderful. And it's as nice as yours was today. I really appreciate it.
No, yeah, it's because I enjoy doing it, and you know, Jimmy has been good to me since we've met, and you know, for me to end my season with somebody that I look up to.
Oh, it's so nice.
Yeah, and I like to try and tell people that I model my success after successful people. And
we all do.
Right, and I only want to be surrounded by that, because you learn what's made them successful as you continually fail sometimes. But failure is a part of growth and becoming the man that you're going to be.
Absolutely.
Well, the trick to that is never be afraid to expose your inner self to the public. That's when you're on the level and people will love you. The minute you start to put up barriers about who you are and you start to get secretive and you change, then you become an actor. And people know that you're an actor. That's good on the screen. But when you do an interview show, nobody wants acting. They want the real deal or get lost.
Absolutely.
Period. That's how I feel.
I feel that way as well.
And if you can't deliver it, get the fuck out. Get out of the business. I have a very dirty mouth for an intelligent man.
That's all right. That's how it goes.
I'm from Brooklyn. You know, Brooklyn, when we greet each other, we say, hey, how the F are you?
Yeah.
You know, that's how we say hello.
So, Rich, thank you so much, though, for having us on.
And we're not going to be here all night because we could stay here all night. I'm having such fun. I have to think about what are we doing for dinner?
I know we're going to work on that as soon as we hang up here.
Out to dinner? There's nothing in the house that we could cook.
Anyway, Rich, good luck. Thanks for having us on at the end of season 2. We'll see you on Facebook. And if you need anything, let us know. And again, thanks so much for having us on your show.
And we'll watch you when you open your new season next year. When are you opening again? When's the new season?
The new season will probably start November 1st.
Okay, so we'll see you November 1st. Yeah. Meanwhile, stay well, take care. Don't go anywhere where it could be dangerous.
No COVID or anything like that. And fans, hopefully you enjoyed the ride with them tonight. And as I always end, God bless, stay safe, and have a wonderful night.
Back to you, Rich. Terrific show.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys.